And then we have some announcements. I don't think there's any rank advancements today, Erin? No? Okay, I didn't think so. Hopefully next week or soon. And then we have a few new things to tell you guys about that you haven't heard before. The first is we are going to do a social media boot camp next week. And it's just going to be in our team page. So each day, one of the team leaders will go live with a specific topic around social media. And that's just to help you guys improve your social media, attract more people to you and your posts and your message, and increase your followers and increase your engagement, because that's where we really start our relationships with the people that we're talking to. So that's just going to be Monday through Friday next week in the team page, like I said. So you'll all have access to it. You don't have to go anywhere special. So just make sure to pay a little extra attention to the team page next week, so you can do that with us. And then we have been planning a team retreat for our team in January. And we didn't decide to do this until we went to Provo and found out that our Super Saturday coming up is going to be actually a Super Friday. And so it's going to be Friday night here in Utah. For those of you who are Utah coaches or can get here, that would be great. But we are going to do an overnighter, so we're going to get us a hotel, and then we're also going to go for pedicures, I think, the next day on Saturday. But there are requirements to be able to come. So we finally finalized those. It was going to be just for those who hit Success Club in November and December. We didn't feel like we did a really great job of advertising all of that to give you guys enough time to get your Success Club numbers. So you still have to hit Success Club in November and December to get your room and your pedicure paid for by your upline coach. But we have decided that if you got on the board for November, so if you got at least 1 point in November and you get on the board again in December, so again, at least 1 point in December, then you will get your pedicure paid for, but you have to pay for your own room. And we are planning on sharing rooms, so it should be about the same price, somewhere between $20 and $40. Unless you want your own room, then you can cover that yourself. And then tonight we're talking about trackers. So we wanted to give one more opportunity for as many coaches to come as possible. So if after tonight you guys start using the trackers diligently, really putting effort into them, turn them into your upline coach at the end of each week from now until Super Saturday, then you can still come to the retreat, but you have to pay your own way. Okay, so you're still invited, but you have to put in some effort. Any questions about that? And you have to go to Super Saturday. That is a given. So, oh, and for those of you who don't live in Utah but meet some of these requirements, then we're going to send you a gift card. So you'll still get some reward from us. If you want to drive or fly into Utah for this, then you are more than welcome to do that as well. All right, and I will type that up in the team page too, because there's only 6 of us here, well 7. My sister's sitting right by me up there. Be sure to get the word out, and if you guys have coaches on your team, make sure to tell your teams yourself as well. All right. Okay, let's talk about trackers and how they make your business grow. So the basics of coaching, and you probably have heard this even before you signed up, are the 4 vital behaviors, right? So be proof that the products work, do personal development, connect, invite, and I can't remember all the name of that one. And then what's the last one? Oh, recognition. So those vital behaviors are talked about all the time, and I know it seems weird, but those really are the activities that make your business grow. And the great thing about the trackers is the vital behaviors are all rolled into the tracker. So if you're doing the things on the tracker, you're doing the vital behaviors, and you will see growth in your business. So the old business activity tracker looks like this. It's actually the one I'm still using because I've been doing this for a long time and it's hard for me to convert to the new one. But it's got, you know, did you do your workout? Did you get your shake? Personal development, challenge group? Did you add people to your network? Did you do invites? Did you do reach outs? Did you follow up? And did you do your social media? So those are the basics. And I will tell you that the coaches who hit Success Club are the coaches who do these, but maybe they just do more of them than other coaches. So like when I first started coaching, they were always saying do 3 to 5 invites a day, but now I'm up to 10 to 20 a day. And that's probably why I consistently hit Success Club, whereas maybe some of you still struggle in that department. It's just doing more, and it's also doing them over time because I have collected a big list of people, right, doing this for years. And I can always go back to those people and follow up with them. So the great thing about these trackers is you can like this one I customized. I don't like working Thursday to Thursday, so I made mine start on Monday, for example. And I added some things and took out some things. So when you're looking at your trackers, make sure that they're working for you. Now, they just have started leaking out a brand new tracker. I think a lot of you have seen it, but the great thing about this one is I think it breaks down things even a little bit more. And I love that it's actually called, it's not called a business activity tracker, it's called a Success Club System daily business activity tracker. Meaning if you do the things on this tracker, you are going to hit Success Club, which is the minimum for all of us as far as our goals, getting 3 to 5 people started every single month. So I'm just going to share my screen so you can all see it. So this is what it looks like right here, Success Club System, Daily Business Activity Tracker. These, I tend to skip these boxes up here, but they're actually really important. If you write down your why, you know, and your why can change from week to month, week to week, or even month to month, depending on what your goals are. And so maybe right now your why would involve something with making sure that you get everyone, as many people started with Transform 20 as you can, because you think that program's going to rock and it's going to change lives, and that's why you're here. Or, you know, it could be your bigger why, like I need to pay off all my credit card debt, or whatever your why is. If you like revisit that every single week, then you'll be able to get yourself through the days when you just don't feel like it. And then your target market is the people that you're trying to reach out to, which are typically people like you. Are you a mom? Do you work full time? Do you like to run, like Janice likes to run? Anything like that you can connect with people. Are you a major Taylor Swift fan? Anything like that that helps you connect with the people in your target market. And then one of my favorite things about Beachbody is that we get to take care of ourselves first. Our number one job is to make sure that we get our own personal care in. So you have to get your own personal workout and your own personal shake in every single day. And that's like the very first thing on your tracker. So I feel like that should be one of the very first things that you get done in a day. And then we move to Power Hour. These are the Power Hour, what I call the Power Hour activities. So this is when you initiate connections and add followers, whether that's on Facebook and you're sending friend requests, or that's on Instagram and you're just following new people. And then initiate connections means you comment on people's stuff, or you send a quick private message just saying, hey, your little boy's super cute. How old is he? Or where did you get his outfit? Or whatever you want to say, whatever feels natural to you, whatever you would say to someone that you like saw in a grocery store line or whatever, that's what you would do for your connection. Okay. And then these couple of things right here talk about social media. So you do a social media post that showcases the benefits of your lifestyle, shares your story, has a call to action, calls for engagement of some sort. And then these have to do with Instagram stories. I don't know if all of you are doing Instagram, but Beachbody has really pushed Instagram this last year or so, I would say, because it is the hottest social media platform right now. And also with the IG stories, it's so much easier to really share who you are and connect with people. So they are really talking about that a lot too. And they give you some ideas of things that you can post in your stories each day. This is where I start, you guys. Respond to all new likes, comments, or views. Those are the people I'm talking to every day. I'm reaching out to people that I have noticed are liking or watching my stuff, but I haven't talked to them yet. I'll just say something like, hey, thanks for watching my story. Are you also into fitness? Or thanks for liking that post. Whatever. And if you've already talked to some of these people, then that's when you can just go ahead and invite them. You don't have to like strike up this like super deep relationship to invite people. If you've connected with them once or twice, you can go ahead and send an invite to your challenge group. Or if you feel like they look like coach material, you can go ahead and send them an invite to the coaching opportunity, whether that's a sneak peek or just asking if they'd be interested. However you want to do that. So I feel like these three right here are the most important of, you know, all these tasks they have. And then you've got to follow up with the people you've talked to before. The fortune's in the follow-up. The follow-up is where you're going to get your sales. Typically your invites, people aren't going to say yes the first time. You're going to have to follow up with them a couple of times, maybe a lot of times, before they actually sign up. But you have to start with the connection so you can make the invite, and so then you can follow up with them until they're ready to join you. So it is definitely a process, and it takes a lot of patience, a lot of patient hustling, but that's how it goes. And then we can't forget about the people that we've already signed up. So you gotta check into your challenge groups, recognize people are doing good, whether that's your challenges or your coaches. And then of course you've got your own personal development, which is also really huge. And then I like how they have down here, you know, your results for the week. So you can see if these activities up here are working for you with these boxes down here. Do you have new followers? Do you have new challengers? Have you made a couple of sales this week? New coaches, etc. I listened to a quick video from Kim Carver. He's from corporate. He's the one heading up this new tracker. And right now they're doing a pretty intense test group with some coaches. They have been asked to follow this to a T for 8 solid weeks and measure their progress. And they've turned in their ID numbers to corporate, so corporate's watching their accounts, and they're really making sure that this is going to bring coaches better results. And then they're going to roll it out to the entire network in January, I'm pretty sure. So we might be hearing more about this at Super Saturday, for example. That's my guess. But he said in his little video, so they've been watching coaches for a long time. You know, what makes successful coaches successful? Why do other people not do so well? And he said the greatest factor that determines the sustained success of a coach is the expenditure of consistent and focused energy with the trackers and the activities that they're involved with. So sustained success comes from being consistent and focused with these activities. And I can attest to that. The first couple years I coached, it was more of a hobby thing. I was pregnant, all this stuff, and I wasn't as consistent as I am now. So back then I would hit Success Club maybe 6 or 7 months out of the year. But I've been really consistent for the past couple of years. And I think I'm on month 30 something of Success Club in a row. So that right there tells you that this works. I think that's all I have, except that I have invited my sister to share a few thoughts. I think it was at Super Saturday. That she went to Super Saturday, and I think Kate Morgan was the one that made her realize that she could do more than she was doing. Of course, Kate Morgan's like ridiculous. But so she started doing her trackers from then on and turning them into me every week. And she said it's a game changer. So I just wanted her to share like how she uses a tracker or the differences she's seen, all that stuff. Plus she works full time and she has 2 little kids and she's pregnant as well. So she's very busy like all of us and she's making it work. So I'm just gonna let her talk.
Hello. So basically, I kind of feel like we all decided to be a coach, but we have to decide to actively pursue a business. And so when I went to Super Saturday and realized that the coach had been coaching the exact same amount of time that I had, but had far exceeded, any expectations, that I was just like wasting my time. So I decided I'm either gonna, be a discount coach, or am I actually going to be a coach and help people, which is what I've signed up to do in the first place. And so when I found this new tracker, I requested it from Erin, and the deal was you have to turn it into your upline. So I was like, okay, I'll do that. What I found is that it creates a domino effect. So if you do your workouts and you take care of yourself and you post about that on social media, and then you're posting a story, people are going to like those posts, and they're going to comment on those posts, and that is what's going to create people that you're going to talk to. And so every night I come home and I open up my Google Sheet and I go through all of my likes and I go through all my comments, and I find people that are my people, like people that I think I can help, my demographic, and I make notes about them. And I have, where I found them. I put their name, their Instagram handle, and then I have kind of a creepy notes section that is basically stalking their page to find something in comment, and then I make a note of it. So when I message them, I can say something about that so they know that I'm actually paying attention to them. And that's where I get my list, and I just shoot off invites from that, and it's no big deal anymore. Sending invites, it's just not a big deal. And then I also, one of the things I noticed is about running a challenge group. I had never done that before. And so if you're actively reaching out and giving people an opportunity to join a group of women that are going to support each other, that they're much more willing to do that. And then you can kind of roll out like the challenge packs. I've had a lot better success with that. So I think it just creates a domino effect. You just do one thing and it just gives you every step after that.
And I will say the first full month she did the tracker, she hit Success Club for the first time. So first time ever, and she's been a coach for 11 months. Yeah. So you can see, like, it makes a big difference, and it can make a big difference quickly. Like, it was only 1 month for her of doing that consistent work, and she hit Success Club. And then also there is a lag too. So maybe some of the people she talked to last month, they might not be ready. But there's typically like a 3 to 6 month lag. So, come sometime between February and summer, maybe she'll have more of those people saying yes to her. But the more she talks to more people, the more people she's going to have rolling in over time. So it's so simple. This whole business is simple. And yeah, sometimes like we get our emotions wrapped up into it, like overthinking the invite, worrying about what people are going to think of it. If they're going to think you're spammy, or if you feel you're feeling salesy yourself, like all those emotions you can bring into it and make it so much harder. Or you can just realize, hey, I love this stuff. I just want to see if you're interested, because that's really all it is when you first invite somebody. And then it really is only these basic activities that you need to worry about every single day. And I think that's all. Just keep it simple. Don't overcomplicate it, and just do it. Turn on music if you need to. Sometimes it gets tedious, going through these lists of names. But you can make it fun. You can time yourself, see how many you can get done. And the times that they give you on that tracker, for example, sometimes I give myself a reward. Like, okay, if I sit down and work for the next hour and a half, then I can take 15 minutes to read a novel or watch Netflix or whatever. So find a way to make it fun, because sometimes this is the not sexy part of being a coach, but it's absolutely the most important part to sustain success, just like Kim said.
And I also want to add, like, this is the first year that all of my kids are in school. And so I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to have so much more time to work and do all of this stuff. And I have learned that if I have more time, it just takes me more time to do the same amount of stuff, because I tend to scroll more. I tend to look at my emails more, where before I'd be like, junk. And then I'm like, oh, well, maybe I want to look into that. Does that make sense? So I waste a lot more time. And I have noticed that over the past, well, ever since we started this tracker. So what, October. So like August, September, part of October, I'm like, yeah, wasting so much time. So I really try to focus, like when I sit down and take those blocks of time, like, okay, this is what I'm doing. I'm going to go through my tracker. And then if I want to sit down and go through the tracker again, awesome, because I do have time to do that. But I make sure that I spend time, because I would much rather work than clean my house or cook dinner or anything else. And it's really, and I have a very understanding husband. And so it's really easy to be like, yeah, I was working all day. Like, and he wouldn't even question it, right? Like he's a good guy. So I'm just saying, like, don't pretend that you're working. Don't pretend that you're going through the tracker if you're scrolling, or if you're, BSing on stuff.
Yeah, and I think it's okay to scroll, because if you're commenting, if you set a timer, like, okay, for the next 15 minutes, I'm going to comment and connect, and not just scroll through and barely like anything, because that really is wasting your time. If you want to do that later, cool, but if it's part of your power hour, then it's not going to count as work, like Erin said. Does anyone else have anything?
One more stuff. If you're a working mama, so I did the STEM social, and I think there's another one, right? What is it?
I'm using 21 social. Right?
A virtual assistant. I couldn't do it without it. So I just, the money, that it's really worth it for me, because I don't have time to find followers. So
yeah, and there's lots of services for that too, if that's something you want to look into. But STEM Social and 21 Social are the ones I hear about most.
How much
does for Instagram?
How much does STEM Social cost?
Is it 40? 40. It's 40 a month, Emily, for the basic.
Okay, because I think that's what I need to do. I feel like my well is starting to run dry, so I need to get a new batch of followers.
Yeah, I've been doing that for like 6 months or something. I think it went from less than 2,000. I'm up to like 7,500. And I definitely, like Andrea said, even though I don't work, I just don't have time to chase down or to do all that myself.
Yeah.
So I think it's worth it, even if you only do it for a little, 6 months or whatever, to boost your people. Whatever gets you more people. That's the point.
Okay. But I will second that tracker, because that's how I hit Success Club 4 in November, was just having to constantly just be consistent.
I need you to not.
Yeah, I agree. And November is like typically a hard month. I know we had a really great sale to advertise, but if you got on the board, if you made some success in November, like give yourself a extra credit for that, because typically that's the hardest month of the year to hit Success Club, in my experience. December can be rough a little bit like right now, but typically if you stay with those invites, especially between Christmas and the New Year, you'll get people. They're ready. They're starting to feel like crap. They're starting to realize January is right around the corner and they need to do something. So if you are patiently hustle right now and just invite like crazy all the way through January and through this launch, I promise you'll have people join you.
Awesome.
All right, I think that's all. There aren't very many videos on, but I guess we'll take a picture anyway. For Instagram stories,
Yeah.
Okay. Everyone say cheese. Okay. That's all. I will stop recording and get this uploaded, and thank you all so much.
Thank you.